We are 4 months into the pandemic, and it's time to make a rock to remind us that kindness is not canceled. So let's start out by making a circle on our rock. I'm using a protractor. You could trace something round, or you could even freehand it. It doesn't necessarily have to be perfect. Now we're going to take a pencil and kind of draw some spikes with some little crowns on them all around the circle. They can be of varying heights, kind of pointing in awkward directions. This is going to be kind of a cartoonish COVID-19 cell. Now we're going to take some various green paints and some yellow and kind of make a little mixture. I'm going to start with the darkest green and add some yellow to it, and then I'm going to mix it up, but not mix it up completely. Just kind of mix it to where you can see the swirls in it, and it's just kind of sort of blended. Now we're going to take that paint and kind of outline our cell and also fill in the little spikes on the outside of the cell. And as you're dipping into that swirled paint, you can kind of dip into different colors that are in those swirls. You can pick some of the dark, some of the light, some of the yellow to kind of pick up a little bit of everything. Now we're going to take a little bit larger of a brush and just kind of fill in the circle by patting it, not necessarily painting it, but kind of patting it so that we get those varied colors with the greens and the yellow. Now we're going to take that lighter green and the yellow, and we're going to use a dotting tool and a spongy dauber to add some texture to our COVID-19 cell. So you're going to scatter some yellow and green dots all over the cell, and then you're going to take that spongy dauber and kind of just dab at them to blend them in and give it kind of that lumpy texture that you see when you see pictures of COVID cells. And then we're going to take that dotting tool and add some more of that swirled dark green and yellow to the center of the cell with the scattered dots, and do the same thing with the dauber tool again. Now I'm just going to take a pencil and draw a little rectangular shape, and we're going to fill that in with white paint, and that's going to be our mask. Now we're going to take a really fine line paintbrush and draw the mask straps onto our mask. Now we're going to take a different type of dotting tool. These are nice and flat. And we're going to add 2 eyeballs with white paint. Now we're going to take some black paint and then 2 more of those flat dotting tools but of different sizes and add the pupils. And so they're going to be 2 different sizes to make it look a little wild. Now we're going to take this pigment pen that's really good for fine line work, and we're going to outline all of the shape, the mask, the eyes, the spikes, the crown. We'll add a few lines to the mask here to give it a little bit of definition, and then straighten up that pupil and go around the eyes. Now we're going to take some green and yellow glitter and a dotting tool and add little dots of glitter around the little spikes, just to give it a little extra bling and a little extra definition. Now we'll use a pencil to line out our letters that says kindness is not canceled before we go over it with a Posca pen. With these letters, I'm going to go back and make the left side of each letter a little bit thicker than the rest of the letter. And then I'll go back and add notches on the ends of each letter to give them a little extra definition as well. This little plastic eraser is really good for touching up and making sure all of the pencil marks are gone without smearing the paint. And if you notice the paint needs any touching up, you can take the Posca pen and go back and just do a quick touch up. And we are done. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope you remember to be kind to yourself and be kind to others.